Hello, my fellow foliage fanatics. My friends call me Finchy, and this is Carlos, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the best of 2022. I'm going to show you some of my favorite plants of the entire year and talk about why. I have probably over 500 plants if you count each individual pot. A lot of them are duplicates. And I am a serial propagator, so it is very difficult for me to show you like this gigantic plant that I've grown all year because I Edward Scissorhands them any chance that I get. I have picked what I have classified as 10 different plants that I feel are extra special and just deserve a little bit of a spotlight for how amazing they've been this year. Let's look at some plants. Our first plant is a Philodendron Gabby. So this particular plant, this specific one that I'm going to be showing you, came to me with like 3 or 4 leaves. She's small little girl. And here she is now. Look at this Gabby. She's so beautiful. I've got these EOX, I don't know if you say it like that, pulls, and I really want to try to put this on there. Like, what's gonna happen? Maybe we should find out. She is in stratum, and honestly, I don't love it. I don't love her particularly being in stratum, but she's okay with it. I've taken a couple cuttings off of this girl, not too many. I have one little established one going in my prop box and another one in my Mills bow, and she might have spider mites, so everything is trying to have spider mites on me right now, but I've been persistent in treating, so don't judge me. But Philodendron Gabby, she has been a warrior this year. Look how much she has grown. It's crazy considering how light it is. The second plant that I want to brag on, I just recently did a spa day type thing for him not that long ago, and he kind of was mad about it at first. He did lose a couple leaves, but here is my wonderful Hank, and that's my child. Now we do have some new beautiful leaves, so he's on the mend. This is still a work in progress. But this plant was so small when I got it. Like, this year, he's just grown and been cut and grown and been cut. It's just incredible. Such an amazing, hardy plant that just, I mean, mine isn't even that pretty. The one in my Klingsbow is even prettier. But I love him so much. This is Hank, and he's named after Hank Hill, in case you were wondering. If I never said that. I am a King of the Hill dork. I wanted Hank to be my dad. I didn't grow up with a dad, and I wanted Hank to be my dad, so. Sounds really stupid to say it out loud, but he really loved his kid, okay? Here's some footage of the one in my Klingsbow. I took quite a few cuttings off of it for a couple people in October, so he's on the mend as well, but it's a very beautiful one. I think that is really happy in the Klingsbow, even if it's getting a little bit too much light. The third plant that I want to talk about is my Florida Beauty. Oh my gosh, I was looking at pictures of like what plants looked like at the beginning of the year and like who I've struggled with and stuff, and one of the pictures that popped up was a picture of this plant with me holding like a dead leaf in front of it, and it made me laugh out loud because she still is a struggle bus plant, and we are over a year into this. We have Miss Rhea, the Florida Beauty, and I just have to say this is the most amount of leaves I've ever been able to keep on her. 4! Wow! She does not give me green at all, period. This is her idea of green. Do I cut it? What do I do? If they're all solid yellow like this, and I even let it think about getting too dry, she drops one. It's gone. She drops it and it's gone forever. And she's just been a struggle bus. But look, 4 leaves. We have 4. Rhea, you're finally doing it. And it does look like this new one that's coming out actually has some green on it. 4 leaves. I have to. Good job, Missy. So proud of you. Her newest one actually is like super red at the top too, which I love. I can't wait until it's like ridiculous. My heart. Another glow up plant that I have to talk about is going to be Edward, my mint Adansonii. Yes, I know, him again. I just don't shut up about this plant, do I? So I cut him, and he kind of pitched a fit about it, if I'm being honest. But he gave me some new leaves. I cut him in October, and he kind of pitched a fit about it and dropped a whole bunch of leaves after, which kind of surprised me. I didn't think he would freak out, but he did. It was my first time cutting him since in a year that I've had him, so I don't know. He just was like, no ma'am, don't you do that again. I'm gonna do it again. But Mr. Edward has come so far in a year. I can't believe it. I would never guess these were the same plant. So I have this picture. It's from January 17th. We're in December. This was Edward's newest leaf. Hello? Excuse me? Hello? After I cut him, he put out like this one and this one. And now we have this one, which there's variegation there. You can't really see it very good. It's like way settled. It's huge. Look at the size of this. Ridiculous. Edward. Now he's leggy, which is fine because I think I want to cut it and then start it on a pole with like this size leaf. Is it a child or a guinea pig? I want to start him over on a pole on the bottom from this and have more pieces that I can propagate and play with and give away and share. I have the 2 top cuts that I took to the swap. Only I think one of the middle cuts sold, and then I gave some to Pete. So I hope his are doing well, and I still have pieces of him that I'm growing. So eventually this will be another project. But mint Adansonii had to get a mention. He's definitely a favorite for probably the rest of my life, but definitely for 2022. This is I believe the biggest one I brought up here. Yeah. The next plant on our list is one of my favorites. This is my boyfriend. This is Fabio, the Syngonium Albo, who's now combined with my other one, which was named Hannah. So I still calling it Fabio. He started out as like 3 little pots of plants, and now he is this beast. Oh my gosh. Seeing it in the camera, I'm just like, how is this my plant? So beautiful. One of my favorites forever and ever. I'm also I'm getting some plants and a tattoo, and it's definitely gonna be some Pink Princess and some Syngonium Albo, because who gave you the right to be that pretty? I don't think that I could make this list without talking about this plant. This is the plant that basically got me into plants. I saw this leaf on this plant in a store, and I was like, I want to buy the whole plant for this one piece of artwork on this leaf. It was absolutely beautiful. I didn't buy that one because it was really expensive, but I ended up going and getting a different one, and here he is. This is Cosmo, and he's not flawless by any stretch of the imagination, but I've had him for over 2 years. He has been cut, dropped, underwatered, overwatered, forgotten about. He's had spider mites. He's probably had thrips. I don't know. I've never seen them, but I've had them long enough. We've been through a lot together. I cut him all the time. So many of his vines are split 2 or 3 times, so it is not possible to untangle it. We've been through a lot together. This is one of my OGs. And it might be time to do a restart here soon. Or at least a very heavy cleanup. And I kind of want to put some pieces of him on a pole just because I love him so much. He's named after a Fairly Odd Parent, if you're not from my generation, which I think my analytics says most of you are. But here is my beautiful Cosmo. I'm using this time to preen him. This plant, every leaf is like a beautiful work of art. Everyone needs a Brazil in their life. You just need one. It is stress-free because if you kill it, you can literally go to pretty much the grocery store in some places and get a brand new one for like 20 bucks. I mean, I haven't killed it. You'd have to really try to kill it. I mean, maybe if I put outside and baked it, I would kill it. I did that to a global green. Excuse me, sir. What am I supposed to do with this? Another fuss-free but also comeback plant that I really wanted to show was my Tricolor Confetti. I got this plant as a stick. It had 0 leaves on it. 0, none, zip. And then it was like this beautiful bushy thing, and just recently I cut it up. So I have one of the pieces here, and I just wanted to show you the beautiful artwork that is the Tricolor Confetti that I grew from a stick, because it is outrageous. Are you kidding? That is so beautiful. Ma'am? No, no. She has lots of roots in there. There's also some other like weird Syngonium piece, but this is what we're talking about here. I freaking love it so much. What in the world? It just looks like Jurassic to me. I don't know. I'm obsessed with it. It's so beautiful. Ugh. It's also dirty, but what a queen. And I can't believe I grew this from a stick. I just can't stop looking at it. Ugh. I can't even think about what I wanted to say. She's so beautiful. I'm gonna make artwork out of this plant for sure. I've got to. She's just so beautiful. While we are on the topic of Syngonium, I do have another one here. This one has been a struggle bus for me. It has grown a leaf, dropped a leaf, grown a leaf, dropped a leaf, grown a leaf, dropped a leaf. Every time I even think about doing anything to it, it rots. It just hates me so much. I just don't get it. And I know now that I've shown it, it is just going to decline rapidly. So this is my red spot tricolor. And that is her newest leaf. And if it is not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, it is like a galaxy panda with pink. And her new leaf coming in has pink on it and white on it. And it just looks very nice in there. And if you do some looky-loo around the edge, you can see some, finally we see some good. They're small, but they're there. This plant has just been such a struggle. I would love to know, I would love advice. If you have this plant, what do you do to make it not hate you? I've tried soil, I've tried regular moss. Right now I've got this like dirty moss picture, which I kind of want to take it out of now. I'm scared too, it'll make it angry. It's finally growing leaves and not losing them. This is a very stressful plant for me, but I still love it. And if it has pink, I have to at least try. So please, if you have advice, tell me how to make it love me, because I love it so much. Oh, you sweet summer child. I feel like I've said this about every plant, and that's why we're here. But I could not make this list without this plant. I ordered a package from Airwood Market in like May or June or something, and I got it in August. And that's not because they shipped it in August. That's because it sat in a warehouse for a month or whatever. I don't even know what the deal is. Somehow they magically were all still alive. And the one that has just continued to amaze me has been the Jose Buono, which I have right here. He still has one of his original leaves. It's floppy. I don't know. It doesn't, like, it feels watered. I don't know why. It's like the petiole is permanently bent. But we had 5 new leaves since then. So we have, this is the newest one, quite obviously. But we had this new one, and it's been really cold lately, and I've had it in my room, so I think I'm gonna go take it down to the tent today, because like this was the last leaf, and then the one that came out when it started to get cold was this one. And I've heard Jose Buono likes warmth, and the grow tent is like 80 degrees. But look at this root system. I know someone who wants a Jose Buono. Kayla, if you're watching this, do you still want one? Do you still want one, Kayla? Let me know, girl. I miss you. He definitely, incredible. This plant is incredible. He lived in the darkness for a month and just didn't skip a beat. He just didn't care. Just like, whatever, I'll figure it out. I don't deserve you. It's incredible. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of you. There's also like a piece of, I think, Splendid or something stuck in here. But we're not talking about her. So I guess the last plant that I want to talk about, I'm just going to say, is Aglaonema in general. Because I couldn't just pick one that has just been, but like they're all so easygoing. They're all incredibly beautiful. They bounce back quickly. They are pest resistant. Out of all the plants that I have, I don't have to worry about them. They can very much handle an underwatering. Actually, I think they seem to prefer it. It's probably why they're doing so well, because I am such a bad underwaterer. They're amazing. I've picked a couple here that I wanted to show you that are, I just think, the most beautiful, but I have no idea what they are, so I can't tell you. I have no clue. I just know that they're Aglaonema, and that I love them all a lot. They're very beautiful. I think there's a sticker on 1 or 2 of them I can tell you the names of, but it is a mystery. So I have this red guy. I have a singing 2-year-old as well. I've got this beautiful, this one just makes me think of Christmas. I don't know what it's called, but jaw-droppingly beautiful. It doesn't look real. This looks like a fake plastic plant you would find in IKEA. And then this may or may not be the same plant. This one I have labeled as Legend Hybrid. Who knows if that's correct? But we have 2 they look very similar, so they may or may not be related. I mean, they're all related, but they're just so pretty. They look like Christmas. And then these 2 also look incredible. All 3 of these look very similar. But this one looks like a rose. Look how pink it is. This leaf is on its way out, but that's what it just looks like when it's like dying. It's like a lighter pink. And then you have these just insanely vibrant, beautiful, like, what is this? How are you real? No way, dude. I don't even know what it is. Don't know. And I've propagated it, I'm pretty sure. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. We have, this one is probably one of my favorites right now. What is this? I have no idea. Absolutely insanely beautiful. It is all kinds of colors. It looks like it's got like camo splotches on it. It's pink and green and just, woo. She is a beauty queen, whatever the heck she is. If you know what this is, if you are some sort of Aglaonema identification whiz, you need to hit me up, because I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of Aglaonemas with no names. I have no idea. I would love to know what they are, but it's so hard to identify them because you can hybridize them, which is why I would love to do that. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But anyway, I get into a tizzy when I think about these Aglaonema. This one, I don't know what it is, but just look at the beauty. You can see how different the leaves can look. Is it heat? Is it humidity? Is it light? I don't know. They just wherever you put them, they just live. They don't care. They're the best. Get some Aglaonema. Get this one. What is it? I don't know. They are the last on my list, but they are not the least for sure. They are just so beautiful. I have so many I just keep cutting them. Every time you repot them, you just take a cut off the bottom, I stuck like 10 or 12 into a box and they just all popped back up. Like it was like little grass. It was just so cute. They are just so hardy and wonderful, and I can't recommend them enough, especially if you are the type of person who out of sight, out of mind when it comes to watering. Because if you have layers of plants and you have a couple beautiful pink ones hiding in the back, they can go without water a little while and they'll be fine. They'll be just fine. So beautiful, so easy, so underrated. Why? My camera is about to die, so that is a sign for me to stop talking. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I would love to know which one of my favorites is your favorite, or what your favorites of your own plants were this year. Do you have a crazy comeback story like some of my dudes? Or maybe you also had one that lived in the dark for a month. Feel free to leave me a comment. I would love to talk Planty with you. That is all the time I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!